INFJs have a peculiar taste in hobbies, which most other people don't. Although they're most likely to be alone, sometimes they also like to spend an evening with their friends going to an art gallery or playing a game. INFJs are very creative people, and this is the reason why most of their hobbies are such which required creative minds. Let's take a look at 11 unusual hobbies that INFJs have. 1. Art. INFJs have creative minds and they appreciate others' creativity as well. They love making art. Many INFJs are involved in painting, sculpting, photography, and other art forms. They create some of the most beautiful pieces of art. Their art generally consists of deep meanings and typically contains a message within them that they like to convey through it. Those who aren't great artists, however, are great at appreciating art. Often, INFJs can be seen in art galleries or photo studios where they stop by to admire other people's works of art. They can dive a lot deeper into the beauty of art, and this makes them appreciate the concept of the artist. INFJs can also be seen visiting local art fairs where they go to discover relatively new and unknown artists. They get excited to see something new and learn from it if they can. 2. Appreciate nature. INFJs often like to be alone. The perfect way for them to do that is to spend time in nature. They like to take long walks in the woods or parks where they can enjoy moments of peace. They love the sound of rustling leaves from the trees and birds chirping in the distance. Not just that, but they also love to go to the beach where they spend a lot of time watching the endless ocean and feeling the water touch their feet. They mostly like quiet places away from the chaos. It's a very calming experience for them. Mountain climbing is another activity that they like to indulge in. It gives them the adrenaline rush without taking away the calmness that they are there for. All of these activities prove to be a very soothing environment for INFJs. 3. Cultural events. Nowadays, with so many cultural events scheduled almost every day, somewhere or the other, INFJs find it very exciting to be able to attend them as much as they can. Having said that, they mostly prefer cultural events that are held in a cozy and intimate setting, although they don't mind large crowds and concerts because they love music. INFJs also love live theater and festivals where they can enjoy to their heart's content. They love watching people get involved in creative activities, and it also makes them feel more enthusiastic. Another hobby that INFJs have is watching movies. Whenever a new movie comes into the theaters, they're very eager to watch it as soon as they can. Sometimes, however, they also like to sit at home, play a movie, and eat their favorite snacks. This gives them the alone time they need while also being entertained. 4. Gaming. Be it video games or board games, INFJs like to play and have fun with a small group of friends or relatives. They also like playing single-player games where they're not disturbed by anyone. They also like cooperative games that can be played online with other players. Since INFJs are so creative and interested in stories, they love RPGs and games that have unique storylines. They go deep into the stories and enjoy being the character that is the protagonist of the game. They also like such games because the focus of these games is on the narrative and world building rather than competing, which INFJs don't prefer. 5. People watching. INFJs have a peculiar interest in observing people. They try to understand people's behaviors and emotional states. This helps them in understanding why a person did something or what they may do in the future. This is a unique quality that INFJs possess. They also love watching other people interact. They observe their body language, and more often than not, they can tell when someone is sad. Due to their empathetic nature, INFJs try to help people in need and be a support to them. This interest in INFJs is because of their curious nature. They always want to know what is going on and cannot rest until they know so. Watching people makes them understand their behavioral patterns, and these patterns in turn help them to resolve problems and conflicts. 6. Conversation. A shocking point, isn't it? But yes, believe it or not, INFJs adore having conversations. Not just any random conversation, but rather deep, spiritual, and connected talks that would allow them to have connections beyond just casual talks. So instead of just going to chit-chat with them, you can go and have a quality talk with them. But another problem is that since INFJs are introverts, they don't open up easily. However, when you do crack open that hard shell, eventually you'll find it worth the effort you have given. INFJs believe that having good conversations is what makes them happy and worth the time. 7. Baking and cooking. This is a calm, soothing, and self-engaging activity that's quite preferred by almost all INFJs. They love to engage themselves in work which will allow them to spend hours with just themselves. They don't think in such a way that the stuff that has been cooked or just baked will just belong to them. Rather, they like sharing it with others, as they believe that doing such an action will allow them to show how much they care and think about others without having to say anything much. They strongly believe in actions speaking louder and cleaner than words will. 8. Crafting. Numerous activities connect to the wide category of arts and crafts, and it would not be a wrong statement to say that INFJs prefer most of them if not all. Jewelry making, flower making with papers, designing home decors, making other decors, soap making, candle making, knitting, origami, and many others to name a few of the crafts and arts that are adored by INFJs. They're quite fond of creative works and like spending their time engaging with them by themselves. And the sweetest gesture? Sometimes they also like to gift others with things that are made by INFJs as a gesture that could show how much the receiver means to them. Crafting often comes naturally to them from a very young age. They enjoy spending their time in such creative tasks. It helps pass their time and also gives them some quiet and alone time, which INFJs prefer a lot. Crafting often can also be considered a calming activity in moments of stress, in which INFJs tend to get very nervous and may sometimes panic. 9. Gardening. This is one of the most common activities that INFJs love. They love nature, and getting involved with nature in any way is a blessing according to them. They readily perform any tasks that involve them in helping nature in any way. INFJs know the importance of nature and how the world would be a better place with a healthy relationship with nature and humans. They love beautifying their gardens in any possible way and are all game when it comes to growing a new plant or a flower. They do love nature and its beauty, but another reason for choosing a hobby that involves being alone points in a certain direction, don't they? Yes, they love doing activities that involve them spending time with just themselves. 10. Journaling. It is quite evident by now that INFJs rarely open up to other people, as they lack social energy. They feel alone and sad most of the time. They need something or someone to hear them and how they're feeling about an event or a person. This is why this activity is preferred by most INFJs, so that they can have something to pen down their thoughts so that they don't have to keep them submerged within themselves. They feel that journaling is a great activity to at least have something to cry on. Being introverts, they cannot rely on people easily to share their griefs and their problems. 11. Reading. INFJs feel that reading is the best way to engage themselves when they have time to pass. Reading allows them to explore more things, be it flowers or plants or humans, how they work and carry out their different activities, or how they interact with others, as they like learning how the minds of other people work so that they can try different ways to connect deeply with people, or be it something different related to cultures, religions, and how they operate, or some of the things which excite them. Also because they want to have quality conversations with their close people, and also because they yearn to gain more knowledge about any topic that they come across. Additionally, it also comes as a benefit to them, as it's their hobby that allows them to spend quality time with just themselves. With that said, being INFJs is no joke. With the 11 reasons stated above, there should be no doubt in understanding that this MBTI type is not some usual kind that would fit into a category that pleases others or seeks validation. Rather, they stand out and make sure of their conscience finding its correct path. If you're an INFJ, which one of these unusual hobbies do you have? Is there something we missed out on? Comment below. As always, like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates.